What is going on YouTube? It's your boy NevinTheBarber, and in today's haircut tutorial, I'm going to be covering the flow haircut with a blowout taper. And for the majority of this haircut tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do shear work as well as parting and sectioning. So to get right into today's tutorial, I'm starting off by sectioning the crown area apart from the parietal ridge as well as the occipital bone. And I'm going to start off by taking horizontal sections to cut this first initial guide with my shears. And I'm basically setting a foundation for the curtains as well as the bangs. That way I don't cut into the bulk when I'm blending out the sides. And on the back of my client's head as well as the occipital bone, I'm going to begin creating a triangle shaped parting right beneath the crown area. And now that I have that sectioned off and the crown is separate from the parietal ridge and the occipital bone, I'll begin taking a few more horizontal sections, just as I did on the right side, now doing on the left side of my client's head. Like I said, just creating a structure and a foundation to start off this haircut. And I'm point cutting, as you guys can see. I'm not doing a straight blunt cut because I want to create as much texture and volume as possible. And one of the key factors in doing so is by doing point cutting. And now I'm going to begin connecting the sides to the back using that same guide that I just created as a following guideline, taking horizontal sections, connecting into the back of all of that bulk that my client has. And I'm now creating vertical sections now that I have a guideline as to how long I need the hair to be. And I'm just cutting the hair going straight up, creating vertical sections right at a 45-degree angle from my client's scalp. And I'm doing this all around my client's head, taking vertical sections. That way everything is cut nice and evenly all throughout my client's occipital bone. And for those of you guys wondering, these are my NevinTheBarber shears. They are made of the highest quality Japanese forged J2 steel. And if you guys are interested in purchasing a set, feel free to message me on Instagram at NevinTheBarber and I will get you guys squared away. And now I'm connecting the side to the back, ensuring that the length is nice and even all throughout my client's head. So it's pretty self-explanatory, as you guys can see. I'm just creating a horizontal traveling guide, ensuring that everything is nice and even. So now that I have that complete, I'm gonna go ahead and start combing out the crown area, and I'm gonna part it right down the middle of my client's forehead. And I'm gonna start off by connecting the bangs into that first section that I initially created. And what this is going to do is create a nice seamless transition when my client slicks his hair back. And as you guys can see, I'm applying a lot of tension on my client's bangs. And it's very important that you guys do this. Like I said, that way when they style their hair, everything flows back nice and evenly. And now that I have the shear work done, I'm going to go ahead and start off the blowout taper. And I'm only going to be using the half guard as well as doing some clipper over comb to blend up into the bulk. I'm going to break this down nice and easy for you guys. So I start off by doing some clipper over comb to blend up into the bulk. And then I'll begin starting with no guard lever closed, followed by no guard with the lever all the way open, going up about an inch. And I'm just blending out that guideline, doing lever play, closing the lever one notch at a time, while shortening my cutting stroke. And I'm just doing some clipper over comb after I've got that first guideline knocked out, trying to blend up into the bulk as much as I can without using any guards. And now I'm going to go ahead and put on the half guard. Like I said, this is the only guard that I'm going to be using to blend out that bottom guideline. I'm trying to keep my blend as compressed as possible, only because this is a blowout taper and I'm trying to keep as much bulk as I can on the sides. And now that I have that blend complete, as you guys can see, I'm lining up my client's nape area also known as the neckline. And this is basically just creating a foundation for my back taper. And I'm keeping this guideline as natural as possible. You guys want to try to follow the natural neckline that the hairs are growing out of your client's scalp. And I am using the all new Rain clippers and trimmers from Stylecraft. I highly recommend these clippers right here. If you guys want to get a discount on them, feel free to use my discount code NEVIN10 on the Stylecraft website. I will be sure to leave the link in the description if you guys do want to check them out. And same thing on the C cups. I'm just keeping it as natural as possible, trying to get a nice clean sharp line. And now that I have the right side of the taper complete, I'll begin doing the same exact steps on the left side of my client's head. First, starting off by doing some clipper over comb with the Rain clippers. And then with no guard lever closed, followed by no guard lever all the way open, I'll begin blending out the sideburns and then erasing that guideline that I created by doing lever play, shortening my cutting stroke while closing the lever one notch at a time. And then doing some clipper over comb, followed by the half guard with the lever all the way open to blend out that last guideline up into the parietal ridge. And like I said, typically, if you guys know my fading system, I usually would start by using the 1.5 guard and then doing clipper over comb. But like I said, since I'm trying to keep the blend as low and compressed as possible, that's the only reason why I'm not using the 1.5 guard. But if you guys haven't tried this system out, feel free to try it out and let me know how it works for you guys. I personally like using this system right here when it comes to getting a nice, clean, and compressed blend for doing blowout tapers. And after lining up my client's C cups, I'll begin lining up behind his ear as well as his neckline. Like I said, that way I can create a nice foundation before blending into the neck area. And I always like doing trimmer over comb, as you guys can see, before lining up that neckline. This is just gonna prevent you guys from having to go over that line multiple times. As you can see, I'm basically getting a nice, clean, sharp line, that first line going over with my trimmers. And if you guys have learned anything in this tutorial so far, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do drop weekly barber tutorials, so if there's any specific haircuts that you guys want to see, feel free to drop them in the comments and I will try my best to get them out for you guys. And now to start off the back side of this blowout taper, I'm starting by putting my first initial guideline with my Rain trimmers. And now that I have this guideline set, I'll go ahead and use the 1.5 guard with the lever all the way closed to create my first guide. And I went ahead and started off with the 1.5 guard because my client's hair was pretty long and bulky. And in this case, I like to go straight into the 1.5 guard. That way I have a nice clean foundation to blend up into. And if you guys didn't know, whenever doing a fade or taper haircut, the blend happens from the 1.5 down to the 00. And I'm just doing some clipper over comb to blend up into the bulk without going over that occipital bone. And whenever doing a taper haircut, you guys want to be sure that you don't go past the occipital bone on the back of your client's head. Otherwise, it'd basically be considered a low fade or even a mid fade. Every time you go past that occipital bone, it's no longer a taper. So if you're a beginner barber, that's just something to keep in mind. And now with the half guard with the lever all the way open, I'm going to begin blending out that middle guideline, just doing some lever play as well as some clipper over comb to blend out any last dark areas that I see. And clipper over comb is honestly a game changer once you guys get the hang of it. The most important part about doing clipper over comb is ensuring that you guys are rolling the comb off of your client's scalp. But like I said, once you get the hang of it, it's honestly a game changer and you guys can blend up into the bulk a lot easier rather than using the number 4, the number 3, and the number 2 guard. But little by little, you guys can see how that middle guideline is starting to slowly fade away. And a lot of this blending also has to do with flicking out your wrist properly. So once you guys get the hang of flicking out your wrist and knowing how the half guard works to really make the blend stand out, it's gonna make the cutting process a lot easier for you guys. But just like that, I was able to erase that middle guideline using the half guard. The half guard is basically what brings your taper to life, giving it that blurry effect. And one more time, just doing some clipper over comb up into those dark areas at the top of my taper. And finally, with no guard lever all the way closed, I'll begin attacking that last guideline, blending the 00 up into the 0.5. And this is the only time that I start off with the lever all the way closed, and then I'll gradually open my lever one notch at a time while also opening my cutting stroke, which is basically me just going up a tad bit higher into the taper. And little by little, you guys can see how that last guideline is starting to fade away. And that's one thing that I really like about this fading system that I've created. If you guys do all the steps properly, you won't find yourself pushing the taper higher than where it needs to be. But at the end of the day, there's really no right or wrong way to do a haircut. You guys just have to find a system that works for you. But if you guys do want to learn how to take your haircuts to the next level, as well as learning how to market your business on social media, I did recently just drop my online barber academy. So if you guys want to learn how to record content, as well as get monetized and even get brand deals and sponsorships, the link to enroll is now in my bio for any of you guys that want to take your career to the next level. On top of that, you guys do get one-on-one coaching calls with me every single week. So like I said, if this is something that you guys are interested in, feel free to check out my online barber academy with the link in my YouTube bio. And I'm just gonna finish up this haircut by doing some point cutting now that the hair is dry. I always like to go back and do point cutting like this just to reduce some of the bulk and create more volume within the haircut. And it also makes the styling a lot easier for your client. And right here, I'm just doing some shear over comb to blend up into the bulk. I personally always like to do shear over comb when it comes to detailing into the bulk, because the shears give a much more softer finish rather than the clippers. Sometimes the clippers can leave a little bit more of a choppier finish. But that is about it for today's flow haircut tutorial. Once again, if you guys learned anything in this video, please be sure to hit the like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But it's been your boy Nevin the Barber, and I'm out. I will see you guys in the next one.